All right, folks, we're back, and we're live here for game number 3 here in this bracket play, and it's going to be 4 taking on 5. Of course, the 4 seed is the Aztec Lady Tigers, the home team, or the hometown team, I should say, that is hosting this 4-game bracket. And the Goddard Rockets, the Lady Rockets, who are actually the home team in this game. So Aztec, the visiting team, Goddard, the home team. So obviously Aztec will come up to hit first, but this is a game. You're seeing this game. These two teams could see each other possibly in the state championship game if they both really get hot next Thursday down in Albuquerque. But right now it's the visiting team Aztec, the 4 seed, versus the home team, the Goddard Lady Rockets, the 5 seed, as Goddard just beat Miyamura 5-1. Aztec won their game yesterday 9-0 in a full game in 7 innings. So this should be everything that we would hope it would be.
Yes, folks, and like Albert said, Goddard is considered the home team in this game. I know I put everything, when I entered it all in, I just put Aztec as the home team, so team, Goddard will be considered the home team today. And yes, as Albert said, it should be a great game. And I just want to say the Goddard Rockets fans showed up and showed out last game. We're hoping to hear from everybody again. I'm going to pull up the YouTube live chat again. We heard from a ton of Goddard Rockets fans. We hope to hear from a lot of you guys again here in this game. And so Aztec, if you're out there, oh shoot, let me see what's going on here. Go ahead, Albert.
Well, hang tight, folks, as they are announcing the starting players for the Lady Goddard Rockets. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment while Steven's trying to get some technical stuff figured out for us. So hang tight, everybody, as we're looking into that right as we speak. And we'll give you the starting lineups here right after the national anthem between both of these two teams. And we're going to be set to go here shortly. 3 umpires for this game, game 3, between the 4 seed, the Aztec Lady Tigers. All right, we're set to go, and here is your starting offensive lineup for the Aztec Lady Tigers. Leading off, number 9, Alexin Candelaria, hitting in the 2 spot. Number 20, Cheyenne Yellow. Hitting third, number 1, Regan Bradshaw. Hitting cleanup, number 8, Kimora Henry. Hitting in the 5 spot, number 24, Casey Phillips. And hitting 6, number 2, Cami Lucio. Hitting 7th is 00, Madeline Kaiser. And hitting 8, number 14, Christina Whitehorse. And hitting 9, 21, that's Keanu Justice.
And defensively for the Goddard Rockets here in the second game is going to be out in the circle, Viviana Morales, number 5. Behind the dish, number 30, Meech Crawford. Over at first base is going to be number 16, Kyra Casaus. At second base is going to be number 24, Lindsay Campa. And at third base, number 10, Roxy Serrano. Shortstop is going to be number 14, Marisol Hernandez. Out in left field is going to be Jayla Morales. Center field is going to be Kiana Gonzalez. And out in right field is going to be Alexa De La Rosa. All right, so we are set to go here as Aztec will be coming up to the plate first. And we did have a slight little mishap there with our stuff, but I think we're back on track.
You paused quite a bit.
I know.
I was like, well, where are we?
I'm trying to record, and I don't know if it's working or not
Well, Steven's going to check this out. Well, we'll keep it going here.
We're good. We're good. Let's.
Steven says we're set up.
As long as the stream
is
is working, the rest of it I'm not too concerned about. But folks, we have number 9, Alexin Candelaria, coming up to the plate, and if this young lady definitely gets it done when she is in the batter's box. So here comes the first pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. And just like we see every time we call an Aztec game, this young lady typically swings at that first pitch. She just goes right at it to get things started. So,
well, Candelaria was 2 for 3 in yesterday's game. She scored 3 runs for the Lady Tigers. There's a fastball in there for strike 2, and we're facing a new pitcher for the Lady Goddard Rockets. It is number 5, Viviana Morales, who is on the circle now for the Rockets, as there's a big swing and a foul ball. So 0-2 the count still as we're in the top of the first inning. Aztec is the visiting team in this game. And, for the Lady Goddard Rockets, I got to tell you, Gallegos pitched a beautiful game for the Lady Goddard Rockets in the first game at 10 o'clock. There's a shot in the outfield. That's going to be down for a base hit. Just got enough of what she needed, Steven, to punch it out into right field and get her team started with a base hit.
Well, we talk about it every time we do an Aztec game. This lineup from 1 to 9 can hit the ball for Aztec. So Goddard is going to have to try to find a way to get that defense behind their pitcher, and she's also going to have to find a way to get some strikeouts. It's going to be difficult, but we have number 20, Cheyenne Yellow, who had a huge double yesterday, base-clearing double in that game.
She was our Desert Sports Live player of the game. In yesterday's game was Yellow. She was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a stolen base, so she had a big game for the Lady Tigers yesterday. 1-0 count here. Fastball peppered right down the heart. Oh, it's a ball. So that was a realm of a strike, but 2-0 the count now on Yellow. So she's going to see a good pitch here. Yellow needs to dig in. She's going to see a hitter pitch right now. Here's a windup and the pitch inside, and that was right. Oh, it's a ball. So 3-0. Wow, I keep thinking that is right there, but it must be high.
Now we have a new umpire behind home plate than we had the last game as well, so they're going to have to figure out this strike zone. And that's ball 4, so that's going to send Alexin over to second and Cheyenne over to first. So just like that, Aztec with runners on first and second to start this game with no outs. And man, that's the way you want to get things started if you're Aztec. And now you've got Reagan Bradshaw coming up to the plate, number 1.
Yeah, this young lady can crush. She had a great game for the Lady Tigers yesterday. Steven, she was 2 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. She steps in with 2 runners on base here. High fastball outside for ball 1. So right now, Morales struggling to find the strike zone with this new umpire in game 3. She's going to have to dial it in because you do not want to give Aztec any kind of breathing room like this, Steven. They will absolutely take advantage of it and make you pay for it. There's a fastball up in the upper half of the zone on the inside of the right-handed hitter in Bradshaw, right off the handle, and it's a 1-1 count.
Well, you're right. It doesn't get any easier from batter to batter. You got Kimora Henry coming up next, and she hits in that 4 spot for a reason. So you got to find a way. That's a nice-looking pitch. It's a swing and a miss by Bradshaw. That's going to make it a 1-2 count to Bradshaw.
She was right on that pitch, just missed it.
Yep.
And the catcher holds on to the swing and the foul in Crawford. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 runners on. Here comes a pitch, big shot to center. It's gone.
Out of here. Holy
she crushed that. I mean, that was a no-doubter. That was a fastball right up belt high. And I'll tell you what, Bradshaw crushed it dead center. 3-run home run, and Aztecs up 3-0 here in the top of the first inning.
That one got left out over the middle of the plate, and Bradshaw just crushes it out of the park to get things going for Aztec. And holy cow, you just can't hit it any better than that. And I'm glad she didn't hit our center field camera out there because I think it went right over the top of that thing out there.
Well, everybody got their job done. Candelaria leads off with the base hit. Yellow draws a walk. Bradshaw cleans the bases with it was that was thus far out of all the home runs we've seen, that was a no-doubter. I mean, that got out of here in a hurry.
Yes,
and now it don't get any easier because you're going to face Kimora Henry, who pops it out into right field. That looks like it might go foul, and it does, but it's a quick 3-0 lead off of Bradshaw, who just crushes it dead center. And Kimora Henry yesterday was 1 for 3 with RBI and a run scored. And, of course, she was the winning pitcher. She was our co-Desert Sports Live player of the game yesterday along with Yellow. So 0-1 the count. Here comes a pitch. High and outside, so it takes the count to 1-1. And, I mean, Bradshaw second she hit it, she put her hand in the air. She's a senior. She's just living in the moment, you know. I love her energy. We get to talk to her before all the games. Her and Henry, they always come up to talk to us. Really all these players, Steven, and you just love her energy. She's always up, ready to go. Always game ready is Bradshaw. So here's Henry, 1-2 count. And let's see if Morales throws around the strike zone or, some off speed, 1-2. Probably going to see a waste pitch. No, she goes right down the middle, and she crushes another home run over the truck out in left field. And, I mean, she smoked that.
2 home runs back to back. Holy cow. She just crushed that. I mean, there's a truck sitting out there in left field, and it went all the way over the truck even. Man, so 2 back-to-back home runs. Aztec up 4-0, just like that. And looks like they're going to bring Gallegos back into pitch.
Yep, that is exactly what they're doing. I mean, Bradshaw with a no-doubter, and then Henry comes right back at it, and she hits a no-doubter. Now, it's good to mention here that both of these teams will be moving on to the state playoffs next week, next Thursday in Albuquerque, regardless of what happens here. Obviously, the situation is where you're going to get placed next Thursday.
Yeah, and once they get down to Albuquerque, if I'm correct, it's double elimination, right?
It is, yep.
Yeah. Oh, this is the start of the double elimination. We're getting some help from our production crew. So I guess this is the start of the double elimination. So it does matter if you win or lose here because it keeps you on either the top side of the bracket or you move to the bottom side of the bracket. Okay. So, folks, winner and losers bracket, consolation bracket, yeah. But you can win your way back up to the – okay. So there you go, folks. I know you guys can't hear. We're having a discussion with the production crew back here, but yes. So this will put you on the consolation side of the bracket or put you on the winning side of the bracket.
Here's what I'd like to know, Steven. We've seen Gallegos throw a gem of a game in the 10 o'clock game. She peppered right down the middle. What happened to 2 straight pitches thrown right down the middle? They left the ballpark. So Gallegos, let's see if she attacks the middle of that strike zone against this dangerous lineup.
Yeah.
Guess what? She does. That was a fastball right down the middle, swung on and fouled off.
We talk about it every game. I mean, it does not get easier. Every one of these hitters that comes up for Aztec hits the – I mean, there's no weak spot in this lineup at all. And Gallegos is an aggressive pitcher, and there she is right there, right up the middle, in there for strike 2, swing and a miss.
2 back-to-back fastballs right down the heart. So Gallegos, I
was surprised that she didn't start this game.
You can't say enough about it.
Yeah.
You know, you would like to think she's going to get a rest, but, these pitchers are used to this, The softball teams in high school, and then they play summer league, they're used to playing 3 or 4 games a day and using the same pitcher. So Gallegos will step in, but it's a quick 4-0 lead for Aztec in the top of the first, and that was right down the middle, but down low for ball 2. So 2-2 the count, no outs for the Lady Tigers, who are, it is strange to say this, they're the visiting team, even though we're playing at their home field.
Folks, we understand that that was high, but she swings, and that's going to be strike 3 out, number 1. Folks, we understand that the sound, I guess we're hearing that the audio and the visual are off on YouTube. there's nothing we can do about that. I don't know how it is on the website, but nonetheless, folks, we apologize for that. That just has something to do with, I think, our bit rate, or I mean our streaming speeds and things like that. We're out here having to stream off our Starlink on a lower rate, so that might have something to do with that, and we apologize. But nonetheless, if you're out there watching and listening in and tuning in, like I said, we had a lot of Goddard fans tune in and message in last game. It's on YouTube. Just a text 701-2222, or send us a message on the YouTube live chat, and we will give you a shout out over the air.
Here's a 2-0 pitch, fastball up high, takes a 3-0. The other thing, too, is if you are struggling on YouTube, switch over to our website.
Yes, exactly.
DesertSportsLive.com. It's also on there, DesertSportsLive.com. As soon as you pull up the website, you'll see the game that should say Aztec versus Goddard, or maybe it might say TBA, doesn't it?
Ooh. No, it's
Does
up
it say
on
Goddard?
there. I got it.
Okay.
I got it all corrected, so it should all be on there now.
So if you need to try the website, give that a shot. That was in there for a strike against Lucio, who's the catcher for the Lady Tigers. It's 3-1, the count. There's a ball in the dirt, went off the leg of the umpire, and that'll draw a walk, will Lucio. So, hey, again, like we've said, we say this a number of times. However you can get on, get on. It's the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you get on by an error or a walk. Just find a way to get on.
Well, and Cami Lucio, she's a great hitter too, but she was very patient right there. She'll take the walk. From Madeline Kaiser, the left fielder, coming up to the plate now. She bunts that. Nice,
Beautiful.
Oh, did she go? She got her. Man, that was a close.
That was way
really
close.
Wow. But she does her job. She moves Lucio over to second. That'll be 1-3 out number 2. But, man, that was a beautiful bunt. She went up after that thing, too. It was going up high. She got her bat up there, brought it down, and almost got over to first. That's going to bring up number 14, Christina Whitehorse, to the plate. Is that right?
Yes.
I think yesterday she was 44. I think they have different uniform numbers.
It was 44 yesterday. It's 44 today. She was 0 for 3 in yesterday's game, so she's due.
40. You put 14 in my books.
She'll swing and miss at that. Sorry, Stephen likes to have his own conversations, folks, while he's going over his.
You forgot to put the little line for the 4. It said 14 in my book. There's a hit. That's a nice hit out in the gap. That's going to score Lucio as she comes around. Oh, and she's go. She gets there. Wow, that's an RBI single for Christina Whitehorse, as that ball got thrown over to first and she missed it, but she was looking at the coach to see what to do. But she does drive in Lucio, so that'll make the score 5-0 now, Aztec leading. All right.
So it's Keanu Justice now, the hitter, the right fielder for the Lady Tigers. And there's 2 outs, 5-0, as Stephen mentioned, but they've got Whitehorse standing at second base. The left-handed hitter, and Justice steps up to the plate. Too much time taken.
Aztec has now made it all the way through their lineup. She is the 9-hole hitter, Kiana Justice.
She was 1 for 3 yesterday, Stephen, with the run scored.
And there is another base hit with a run scored. That's going to be another RBI single.
And we slide this time at home.
She slid. She did.
It wasn't her yesterday, but that game would have been a 10-run yesterday if somebody would have slid at home.
Man, so Aztec just comes out on fire. They are back to the top of their lineup. They're up 6-0 here in the top of the first inning. So maybe it wasn't such a bad thing that they hit first today. Wow. I
actually never really thought of that. It's Alexin Candelaria back at the top, and she's 1 for 1. She scored the first run of the game, led off at the base hit, and here we go. She's got a ton of power, does. There's a backdoor throw down to first. She's in there safe, so 1-0 the count. On the leadoff hitter, Alexin Candelaria back up yet again to the plate.
Yep. Did Christina, that one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Did Christina have an RBI? Is that correct?
No.
No.
Who? White Horse? She
yes.
did. Yep.
Yeah,
RBI
I
at the
forgot
base
to write that down.
Yep. So here we go. 1-1 count. Fastball swung on up high, way up high actually, and fouled off. So in Candelaria, I was trying to see. Gosh, they don't have anything on her. It drives me crazy. Is she a senior? She is. Candelaria is a senior. So, and I know our good buddy Leo here's got his younger daughter is an Aztec player, and I keep saying she's a shortstop. She keeps telling me she's going to the outfield, and I'm like, all right, well, you do you, girl. She's got the skill set to be a shortstop, no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, if you're an infielder and you're a coach, you can see the skill set out there. I just like to remind her she's a shortstop, but and I played shortstop, so I love seeing that. There's a fastball way up high
they
out
got
of
her
the zone.
Going. She will make it over to second. Wow, they caught her off the bag. She throws down throws down to first. But Kiana gets caught off the bag, but she will make it to second. She's getting up a little slow. She slid into that bag. She's limping.
She's limping, so I don't know if when she dove, if she hit her knee right off the bat or what, because it didn't look like it was an awkward slide at all.
Yeah, this looked like she slid into the bag, but.
Well, hopefully she's going to be all right. But we got 2s on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a runner now at second base in Justice. So here we go as they're going to take a look at her. And hopefully she's okay.
Yep.
Tell her to go do the old school run.
Yeah. I think she just kind of shook her up a little bit, probably, Charlie horsed her leg or something like that. You got some text coming in?
Well, listen to this one. We got our good buddy and state champion wrestling coach in Levi Stout and Coach JJ listening in from the golf course. I mean, come on, guys.
Wow.
Come on. You're at the golf course, and
you should be out here at the
Come
game.
on, folks. Our good buddies tuning in, and we love to hear them from them, I guess I should say. Here we go. It's a full count now. And just got word that Bloomfield lost their game against Deming, so they lost to 8-5. Yep, in baseball. So they're going to play another game, and PV lost 9-2 today, so they're going to play another game as they lost to Sandia. And good job by Candelaria, gets her job done, draws the walk.
Now Cheyenne Yellow, as she walked on her first at bat, but I would suggest you don't leave one hanging out over the middle of the plate for this young lady, because she will take it out of the park as well. So here comes the pitch from Gallegos, and that one is hit to the shortstop. It'll be a nice play. It'll be 6-4 for out number 3. So Goddard finally gets out of that inning, as there was 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 runners left on base, and no Goddard errors. And that's going to do it for the top of the first inning, where the Aztec Lady Tigers now lead 6-0.
Well, here's your starting lineup for the Lady Goddard Rockets. And it is going to be number 24, Lindsay Campa, leading off for the Rockets, hitting the 2 spot, number 7. Kiana Gonzalez hitting 3rd, number 14. Marisol Hernandez hitting cleanup, number 10. Roxy Serrano hitting 5th is number 5. Viviana Morales hitting 6th, number 16. Kyra Casas hitting 7th, number 30. Meech Crawford, and hitting 8th is number 8. Amaya Herrera. Hitting 9th is number 4, Julia Morales, and the flex player is number 2, Alexis De La Rosa.
And for the Aztec defensive lineup, we have out in the circle number 8, Kimora Henry. Behind the dish, number 2, Cami Lucio. Over at first, number 24, Casey Phillips. Over at second base, number 20, Cheyenne Yellow. At third base is going to be number 44, Christina Whitehorse. And at shortstop, number 9, Alexan Candelaria. Out in the outfield, left field is going to be 00, Madeline Kaiser. Center field, number 1, Reagan Bradshaw. And out in right field is going to be number 21, Keanu Justice.
Well, Lindsay Campa in the last game for Goddard was 0 for 3. Looking to get herself started. She drew a walk as well, so she's leading off yet again for Goddard. And here we go. We're in the bottom of the first inning. And Henry threw a beauty yesterday against Albuquerque Academy back on the mound. Fastball.
Oh, man, I thought that was going to be a strike, but he calls that ball one.
Well, that's been in that spot a number of times for Goddard. Aztec paints it as well. That was a strike yesterday. It's a ball today. There's a shot out to center field. Oh, and Reagan had a chance to get there, but just pulled up at the last second. And that's going to be a base hit to get the game started for Lindsay Campa and her Goddard Rockets.
Yeah, I couldn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't see what happened. Cammy moved right in the way, and I couldn't see what was happening down there in the outfield. But that's going to be a base hit now as Goddard gets things going. Number 7, Kiana Gonzalez will step up to the plate now for the Rockets. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Great looking pitch.
She was 1 for 3 in the morning game that they just finished up. So she's got an opportunity here with the runner over at first base in Campa.
That's a high fly ball out into center field. I cannot see. And that
it's a home run. I couldn't see it either. The umpire, the catcher,
everybody
the
was
pitcher.
right in our way, so we could not see what was happening. But that's going to be a 2-run home run for the Goddard Rockets. So, man, we are seeing a home run fest today in this game. So that'll make the score 6-2 as Gonzalez puts one over the fence.
Yeah, we apologize. We didn't give you that call, folks. We could not see as literally the hitter, the catcher, the umpire, the pitcher, the center fielder were all in the way of our view here.
It was directly center field, and everybody just stood up and stood right in front of us.
Yeah, so give us some grace on that.
So number 14, Marisol Hernandez now up at the plate for the Rockets, and that's going to be fouled off. Probably right at my truck back there. Let's see. Didn't hear a noise.
Hernandez, was 1 for 3 in the last game with a home run. So this young lady's got some power herself.
So 0-1 the count to Marisol Hernandez, with the score 6-2, Aztec leading. That one's going to be high for ball one. And we haven't gotten any messages yet for this game.
Goddard could be messaged out, boy. They really brought some messages for us in the last game. They might just be trying to enjoy this one. Off-speed pitch up high and outside for ball 2, so 2-1 the count. As it's a 6-2 lead now for the Lady Tigers, who are the visiting team in Game 3 here. Both teams moving on to Albuquerque. But this game is to fight for positioning. Fastball, and I mean, that was right down the middle. Henry said, here's my fastball, right down the middle. Who's going to win the battle on that pitch? It went to Henry.
Well, Marisol had a home run last game, didn't she?
She did. She sure did. She's got some power herself. Here comes a pitch, off speed outside, and I think that slipped out of Henry's hand.
I was going to say, that one got away from her a little bit. So full count now to Marisol Hernandez. As there are no outs here in the bottom of the second. 6-2 is your score. Aztec leading. Oh, and she swings at the high one. And that'll be strike 3. That came up in that eye level range. Looked good, and she took a swing at it. And that'll be out number 1. Number 10, Roxy Serrano, the third baseman, will step up to the plate. Got a timeout.
Serrano was 0 for 3 in the first game. She scored a run, though, off of a walk that she drew. So looking to get on base with 1 out is Goddard, as they brought this game into 4 off of a big-time home run by Gonzalez, dead center, that we completely missed. We apologize about that, but it's a 1-0 count now to Serrano.
I guess we're going to have to stand up for those center field hits.
No, we're going to have to, because ironically enough, I've got just a shadow to the right. I thought I would be able to see it, but everybody moved right into my way. 2-0 the count now, as that pitch is outside on Serrano. Great crowd on both sides of the field. Aztec shows up pretty well, as they should, but Goddard with a number of fans over there as well. 2-0. Fastball swung on
She
and
took
missed.
a big swing at that one.
Well, she was trying to make the game a three-run game, because she sure did. She took a big hack It was high and inside in that upper half of that strike zone. Here comes Henry with the pitch, 2-1. Oh, beautiful
nice
piece of hitting again out into right field. And just punched it out there. The pitch was down low and outside, and Serrano just comes up with a beautiful piece of hitting and punches it out into right field where the ball was completely thrown in the strike zone, and a great piece of hitting for Serrano.
Yep, she gets that one by the first baseman. That'll bring up number 5, Viviana Morales. Here come. Oh, sorry. And that will be F1 for out number 2.
Oh, yeah, we got to move that out of the lineup. I did the same thing.
What is it? So
Viviana Gonzalez is out of the game. She's not the pitcher anymore. It's Juliet Gonzalez.
Oh, it's Gallegos. Sorry.
Juliet Gallegos.
Juliet Gallegos. Apologize.
We forgot to move that out of our lineup. Shame on us. 2 outs now. And now we're going to see Kyra Casaus at the plate for the Lady Rockets. And she's got a 1-0 count to get started here with her first at-bat of this game. That could be
fouled off out of play.
All right, glad you could see that because I couldn't. 1-1 the count, and pardon me, God bless you. What did Gallegos do her last at-bat?
She was F1. Oh. Are you talking about
the last at-bat? There's a ground ball to the shortstop's got to have a big throw to first, and she does. Beautiful play by Candelaria to end the inning on a 6-3 ground ball, out number 3.
So with 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Aztec errors. That's going to do it for 1 complete. Score 6-2 as the number 4 and number 5 teams in the Aztec Tigers and the Goddard Rockets are battling it out here in this. I guess this would be considered the first round of state play. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Anyhow, this game determines whether you go to the consolation bracket or into the winner's bracket when you head to Albuquerque next weekend.
Well, now it makes sense why they called it on the bracket for next Thursday, the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Brody Sagata, the youngster that plays for Aztec High School, their baseball team, and
he's part of our production crew.
That's right. He straightened us out on how this bracket's working. We were completely confused. Just when we thought we had it down, no, sir.
Well, they
Brody
changed
says
it up on us this year.
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Reagan Bradshaw had that 3 RBI home run on her first at bat in last inning. Up to the plate now for the Tigers.
And this is her senior year. You don't think that she wants to have a great showing here? These seniors, this is the last time they'll play on this field, Stephen.
Yep.
And we did senior night. It was quite emotional, but I got a feeling it's going to be 10 times more emotional after this game than it was senior night, because this will be the last time they get to play on this field. Fastball right down the middle, hard shot hit to the shortstop. And she's played fantastic, has Hernandez at shortstop for the Lady Rockets.
Yep, and that'll be the 6-3 out number 1 here as we are headed into the top of the second inning. It's going to bring up number 8, Kimora Henry, who also had a home run on her first at bat last inning.
Well, it goes to show what kind of arm strength Hernandez has at shortstop, Stephen, because Bradshaw can fly.
Yeah.
And she threw her out by at least a step and a half. So big arm by the shortstop for Goddard in Hernandez. She's played well today. That pitch is down low, skips off the side of the leg of the umpire, and the count goes to 2-0. 6-2 lead. It's been a home run fest here early in the first inning for both of these teams. Getting on the board of the way of the big-time home run, and who doesn't love to watch home runs? There's a shot out into center field. Running overran it was the center fielder. So that's going to be a base hit double. And you have to give her a double because it didn't hit her glove. So stand-up double for Henry.
Man.
And she had the play right, did the center fielder for Goddard, Steven, and Gonzalez. She just overran it. And she realized that a little bit too late. And now Douglas will come in to run for Henry. Well, now Casey Phillips will be the batter coming up. And it's she struck out. She's 0 for 1, her first at bat.
All right, so I got some comments here on. I apologize, my YouTube wasn't working quite right on my phone, but I got Adrian Benavides said, "We're back. Let's go Rockets." We got Denise Freeman. She said, "Let's go Lady Rockets." Also, Kim Gonzalez, "Let's go Kiana. Way to go, baby," she says. And Logan Inez says, "Let's go, girls." And then we got Tanner Crawford on again. He says, "Let's go Goddard High School defense. Hold them and make a comeback." So there's your comments. I apologize. I had to get that back up and running on my phone, but thank you guys for messaging in. The Rockets fans always in full force. There's a swing and a miss by number 24, Casey Phillips, to bring the count to 1-1.
Phillips struck out her first at bat in the first inning here in the top of the second. Sounds weird to say top of the second for Aztec being the home field here. There's another fastball and up high in the zone, and you can tell Gallegos, she knows. I mean, she's just a mastertician out there, and when it comes to pitching and the pitches that she throws. And Phillips chased a high fastball. She threw another one. There's another one there yet again, seeing if they can get her to swing at it. She doesn't. So the count 3-1 on Phillips. And if Phillips can find a way to get on base, I think Lucio, it may be her time, Steven. She's due.
Yeah, she can come up with a big hit when she needs to, and that one's in the dirt. That's going to be ball 4. Oh, and there goes Douglas. Good heads-up play by Douglas. Takes off to third as the ball gets by the catcher on ball 4. So that will put runners on first and third with 1 out. And Cami Lucio will step up to the plate. She drew a walk in the first inning, but she has a run scored for the Lady Tigers.
Well, she's just a baller, is Lucio.
She's only a freshman. That's a nice-looking pitch for strike 1.
Right down the middle. So Lucio, I'm sure, wishes she had that pitch back. But again, she may get another one because Gallegos does not shy away from throwing down the middle of the plate. Likes to challenge hitters. There's a pitch right down the middle, actually. Just went down low.
Yeah.
So 1-1 the count on Cami Lucio, the catcher for the Lady Tigers, who drew a walk her first at bat, scored a run as well, as Aztec had a huge top of the first inning with 6 runs. There's a shot out to left field, picks up a base hit and an RBI. And what I tell you, Steven, it felt like she was due, and she comes through big time.
Yep, she picks up the RBI single, and she will send Casey Phillips over to second, and that will bring up number 00, Madeline Kaiser, for the Lady Tigers, who is 0 for 1. She got thrown out by the pitcher on that 1-3 out in the first inning. So Madeline Kaiser with runners on first and second now with her first pitch. That's going to be high for ball 1.
Well, I'll tell you this much for Kaiser. She's got to get her hands down into the hitting zone, is what I like to call it, the trigger zone, because Gallegos throws hard. She's going to have to get her hands around. And right now, Gallegos is cutting her some slack because she's thrown 2 straight balls way out of the zone. Let's see if Gallegos can kind of settle down here after throwing a complete game in the first game. Now she's facing this tough lineup with the Aztec Lady Tigers. And see that? She was way behind it.
Yeah,
see what I mean? Her hands are just way too high in the zone to get them down fast enough to catch around with Gallegos' fastball.
Got another one coming in from Alyssa Linares. It says, "Let's go Rockets, show out." So keep those comments coming in.
There's a fastball thrown into the dirt, and everybody will move up a base as that is a wild pitch by Gallegos. So Lucio will head on down to second. Phillips will mosey on over to third with 1 out. And now you're going to see a pitcher's pitch or hitter's pitch right here by Kaiser. Here it comes.
And that is high for ball 4. Wow.
There's a throw down to third base. It was too low, hit the dirt. The third baseman couldn't get it in. Sliding in at second, safe, but a run will scored on the airmail throw by the catcher. So Phillips will score pretty easily from third. Lucio moves over from second to third herself, and Kaiser, who drew the walk, will slide in at second safely.
Well, the Rockets just kind of kind of struggling right now. They just can't quite seem to dial it in and get grounded here. They're making some mental mistakes right there. That was just an error, and that will score another run, as that will make it 8-2. Aztec leading now. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be high for ball 1. And our one out here with runners on second and third. We're in the top of the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Gallegos, swung on and missed for strike 1. Yeah, I keep confusing myself because they're the visiting team and it's the top of the second. I keep wanting to say bottom of the second. But
folks, this is what happens to you when you get old like us.
Nice pitch. Yeah. Thank you for being patient with us as we try to keep up here with everything we got going on. Once again, thank you to our production crew. We got Leo Geen and Brody Sagata helping us out today, running cameras and the switcher. There's a foul ball to keep the count at 1-2.
Yeah, and Whitehorse, she is 1 for 1 in this game with a run scored and an RBI. So she's got an opportunity to try to put 2 more on the board if she could come up with the base hit. But Gallegos going right at her. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, and she threw that right by her in an excellent spot by Gallegos, because that was a high fastball on the outer half of the strike zone, on the outer half of the plate on the right-handed pitcher, and Goddard a miss. 2 outs. That brings up the 9th spot hitter as Keanu Justice, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI for the Lady Tigers.
Yep, she had that nice base hit in the first inning, drove in a run. Let's see if she can do that again. She has an opportunity here. Comes the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt for ball 1 to Keanu Justice.
Well, when you start thinking about the catcher in Crawford, she's gotten beat up in this second game here with a lot of low pitches. She's had to frame them up because she's had runners in scoring positions in the last 2 innings. Can't allow the ball to go by her. But she's taken a lot of balls off the arm and in the chest area.
She does look exhausted. I mean, just being a catcher is exhausting in itself, getting up and down all the time. And like, you have to be aware of everything that's going on the field. She's got runners at second and third that she's having to pay attention to. There's a hit right down the middle. That's going to drive in 2 runs. She's going to send him. It's going to be a play at the plate, and she is safe. So that is a 2 RBI single, but Justice will make it all the way over to second on the throw home. So another nice piece of hitting by Justice, and we are back at the top of the lineup as Alexan Candelaria will step up to the plate for the Tigers. Now it is a 10-2 lead for the Aztec Tigers.
Well, you know what I like to see right now, Stephen? Coach French has obviously had the conversation with his players. Slide at home.
Don't do that again to me, he says.
So Candelaria, she is 1 for 1. As Steven said, she scored a run, drew a walk, and she's got a runner in scoring position again at second base. And, you know, we seen Gallegos was really sharp in that first game. She's struggling right now to find the strike zone, where last game she was just on fire. And she's throwing a lot of balls in the dirt. That's what we were talking about with this catcher. You could tell by her body language. You mentioned it a minute ago, Steven. You can tell she is getting beat up back there. She's tired. I mean, she has had to dig a lot of balls out of the dirt. That will wear you down, will it not, Brody? Brody, our high school catcher over here for Aztec Tigers, he's a catcher, and he certainly knows that feeling.
Well, and she's doing a fantastic job. But, I mean, it's got to be exhausting, just constantly trying to get in front of the ball, digging it out of the dirt, you know, making sure nothing gets by. And, I mean, I can't even imagine. Yeah, my legs
That's
would be
a good
dead.
point, Leo.
My legs and my knees would be dead doing that.
Any of you done burpees out there? That's what catchers do every game, 150 different times. So I don't want to hear any complaining from you all that work out with Stephen Parks or anybody else that are doing burpees.
Doing burpees, that's right.
Because these catchers do it every day. 2-2 now. It's knotted up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second base. Here comes a pitch from Gallegos. Fastball as she peppered it on the outer half of the strike zone and struck her out looking. and that'll end the inning. But, Steven, not before the Tigers put another 2 spot on the board.
Yeah, there's 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Goddard errors. So that's going to do it for the top of the second inning, where the Tigers now lead 10-2 over the Goddard Rockets.
Well, for the Lady Rockets, it's going to be 7, 8, and 9. Crawford, Herrera, and Morales all coming up to bat for the Lady Goddard Rockets. And I'll tell you, I mean, they got a little offense ignited off a home run. Let's see if they can carry that momentum coming into this second inning. Because, listen, I mean, we're not telling anybody that doesn't understand the game of softball, so forgive us, but this game is not over by a long shot.
No, it's not. We got a lot of ball to play here today in this game. And man, folks, once again, if you're out there tuning in, we can see, man, we've had a great audience today. I mean, because we can see how many people we have on our YouTube, we can see how many people we have on our website as well. And man, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're out there, send us a text 505-701-2222, or you just send us something on the live chat. I'm watching the YouTube, and man, the Goddard Rockets fans are out in force today.
They sure are done. They sure are definitely out here today, no doubt about it. And there's a strike to get Crawford started off in the hole on an 0-1 count. So here we go. Henry Steele in the circle for the Lady Tigers. Crawford at the plate for the Lady Goddard Rockets. And that was a fastball she threw right by her. Really, Steven, I felt like she really challenged Crawford. Crawford 0 for 3 in the first game, so she's due.
Yeah, she is.
That's hit out to the right side of the field, and I couldn't tell if it was going to be either the right fielder coming in to catch it in Justice or Yellow, and Yellow had the beat on it, and F4 for out number 1.
Our co-player of the game yesterday, Cheyenne Yellow, makes her way out there, makes a nice catch.
Over the shoulder catch, too. Yeah. Those aren't very easy to make, so it's going to bring up Amaya Herrera, the DP player in the lineup, and there's going to be strike 1. And Amaya Herrera was 1 for 3 in the last game, so good hitter here again at the plate. Looks at strike 1.
Comes the pitch from Henry. That's going to be hit to the shortstop, Alexin Candelaria. Boom, she gets it there for the 6-3 out number 2. And man, she almost got beat right there. Amaya Herrera is quick. I thought she might get there in just a little bit in time, but Alexin Candelaria, we talk about it, didn't pat the glove, just scooped that thing up, got it over as quick as possible for out number 2. That'll bring up number 4, Jayla Morales for the Rockets, the lefty.
We've seen some fantastic defensive plays by both of these shortstop for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Rockets. So, you know, Candelaria, fantastic shortstop for the Aztec Tigers. She's a senior. And then Alexin Candelaria, and Hernandez, the shortstop for Goddard. I mean, both fantastic defensive players.
So 2-0 the count now to Jayla Morales. She steps back into the box. That one's going to be high for ball 3. So 3 straight balls from Henry. And as Albert would say, you're going to see a hitter's pitch right here, right?
Well, that's if she got the green light from Coach, though.
Yeah,
typically, they don't give them the green light on a 3-0. Nope, that was a beautiful pitch to take a hack at. And it always is on a 3-0.
And as a hitter, you're probably thinking, please, Coach, let me just take a swing at this. It's going to be good.
Henry going to have to find the zone again here. There it is.
Oh, man, Alexin almost got to it, but yeah, that's going to be.
Slap hit. Right. See, and that's that old school type of hitting that I was talking about that we haven't seen in a really long time. Slap hit down the third base. The third baseman crashed. She came flying in for the Lady Tigers in Whitehorse, and she placed that just right over the top of her head.
Yeah, but Alexin Candelaria made a nice play, almost got there, but man, that thing falls just right as Morales gets on base. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be hit to Cheyenne Yellow. She'll scoop that thing up, get it over for the 4-3 out number 3, and there was no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Aztec errors.
Well, again, Yellow just doing a fantastic job. Fields that ball out in front of her and does not sit on it. She's really cleaned that up. I don't suspect she's going to have any more issues with fielding the ground ball, sitting down on it, and she's made some fantastic plays today for the Lady Tigers.
And there's Annalicia, 45 again. She says, let's get it done, Juju. You got this. As Juliet's fans have been showing up today and cheering her on, and she is back out in the circle once again, as she threw a fantastic game in that first game, and I can only imagine that she's probably tired and exhausted from that first game. And
the thing about that to me is you give Gallegos a break, you give her a rest. She's going to make some noise next Thursday. It's not, whoever's going to be taken on Goddard has going to have to face one heck of a pitcher in Juliet Gallegos.
All right.
So we got our good buddy Ben O'Gean tuning in from the track meet. He was here yesterday. He's our play-by-play guy for wrestling. Of course, his brother Leo O'Gean over here running production for us today. He's our color guy along with Elias for our wrestling broadcasting crew here at Desert Sports Live, and we are set to go. Aztec, it's Cheyenne Yellow at the plate yet again. She is 0 for 1 with a run scored. She's going to look at a high fastball for ball one. So 1-0 count on Yellow, and she is primed up to get Aztec started here in the top of the third inning. There's a shot to the shortstop, hit the ground, throw over to first. And I'm telling you, we got to take some video of these infielders for these softball teams for Aztec and Goddard.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, the baseball kids could learn a thing or two from the way these girls field the ball. No time wasted getting the ball out of their glove and getting it over to first.
Yeah, great job by Marisol Hernandez. Man, she just scoops that thing up off the bounce, gets it over to first base for out number one. It brings up Reagan Bradshaw. She is 1 for 2 on the day with that big home run in the first inning. That was going to be in there for strike one.
Just that outer corner across the plate on the right-handed hitter and Bradshaw, but Bradshaw is 1 for 2 with a home run, 3 RBIs. There's a fastball down low for ball one, so going to be a patient hitter is Bradshaw. Like we said, we've been saying this all week long, is Bradshaw can really make things happen. I mean, this lineup from 1 to 9 is just so tough. There's a ball down in the dirt again for ball two, 2-1 the count, and makes you wonder, is it just the fact that, and we've seen this from Gallegos in the first game, she threw a lot of pitches in the dirt. I don't know if she just doesn't feel comfortable with the way the ball feels, because there is film on those balls when you get them brand new. That's why you usually see the coaches or the umpires rub it with dirt, kind of scuff them up just a little bit, because they get very slippery.
Yeah, in that first game, Gallegos was, she one time she traded the ball. She was having a hard time getting a grip on that. But you're right, those things are pretty slick when they come out of the box. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And there it is. That's going to be strike two. So full count to Reagan Bradshaw.
Well, that was just a fantastic pitch by Gallegos to paint that right on the outer half in the corner of the plate. And if Reagan swings at that, she's hitting that directly into the ground. Here's a full count pitch, and Reagan patiently waits it out. Ball four, and she'll get started at first. And, you know, Steven, I feel like Reagan Bradshaw to me is a lot like Hagstrom for Farmington High School baseball team, or Mason Courtney for Pedro Vista. Every time she gets on base, she makes things happen.
Yep.
Very dangerous on the base pass is Bradshaw.
Yeah, Bradshaw, she does a good job. Oh, man, Crawford, that ball came up and hit her on the bottom of the mask. And that'll get Bradshaw over to second. And Mr. Crawford, thank you so much. He left us a comment here. Says, thank you guys for the kind comments on our girls. There's a lot of talent on this team, and we absolutely agree.
You can see it.
And we
doubt about
we do
it.
our best to not be biased. We want to just talk about these girls. If they're talented, we're gonna talk about it. So, and like you said, there's a lot of talent on this Goddard Rockets team. That's going to be ball 2.
Well, and it should be noted, we're awfully proud of those comments, Mr. Crawford. So truly, thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. We are Aztec people. We were all born and raised and graduated here from Aztec High School. Almost our entire Desert Sports Live team is from Aztec. But what we pride ourselves on is that you couldn't tell the difference, that we're here for the girls. They leave their heart and soul out here regardless of what the score is, and we're just here to do it for them and you parents. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Tough play. Look at that. That took one funky spin, and the shortstop yet again is Hernandez just playing lights out at shortstop.
Yeah, I mean, she played the ball correctly, and it took a crazy hop to the left. She still fielded it, got it over to first base for the 6-3 out, number 2. That will put Bradshaw over on third, and that'll bring up number 24, Casey Phillips, the first baseman for the Aztec Tigers. She 1 for 2. Oh, there's a hit out into center field. That's going to be an RBI single for Phillips before I could even finish what I wanted to say.
I'm so glad you got to see it, Steven, because I couldn't see it again.
Man, she crushed that thing out into center field, and then she's going to get all the way over to third on the overthrown ball. So just like that, Aztec with 2 outs, but just had a run scored and have a runner on third once again. So great job by Phillips to stay heads up and be paying attention as she makes her way all the way over to third. So with 2 outs and a runner on third, Aztec just got another run. The score is now 11-2. That'll bring up number 2, Cami Lucio, who is 1 for 2. Is that right? On the day, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Man, there she gets a big hit out into left field, but it will be caught for the F7 out, number 3. So that will be one run on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Goddard errors.
That was just a great play by the left fielder.
Yes.
That gets by her. It's clearing everybody but Morales right there to haul it in. As Steven mentioned, it's 11-2 game. And, you know, here's the deal. You travel all the way down from Roswell. You come up here last night. You've got to worry about the girls. Are they dialed in? Are they resting up? Are they getting focused? That's always a worry for the coach. Then you come out here. You play a tough Miyamura Patriot team, Steven, and Miyamura is no joke.
No.
They play in my opinion, probably the top, either 1 or 2 toughest districts in 4A softball, because you're facing Aztec, you're facing Gallup, you're facing Kirtland. I mean, really tough teams. You're facing Bloomfield. Bloomfield started to turn it on late in their season with the new head coach over there. So Miyamura is nobody to sniff at, and Gallegos walked in there in the circle, and she just lights out defensively for her team. It's just Aztec's a different monster out here. But you're going to see Goddard really, really make some noise next week.
Yep, it's going to be. I mean, the teams coming from here are going to be tough. Obviously, they're ranked 4 and 5, and but that's the thing is either one of these teams right here could make a run at that state championship. So whoever plays these teams is going to have to bring their A game. Here comes Henry, steps into the circle. We've got Kiana Gonzalez now in the box for the Rockets. She's going to look at ball 1.
Gonzalez, she is 1 for 1. Did she have a home run?
Yep, she did. Yeah, she had that big home run.
Forgot to mark that down, so she got a bomb in this game, and she'll look at a 2-0 early lead in this sequence of pitches by Henry. So 2-0 on Gonzalez.
Those were both inside pitches. She's trying to come inside on Gonzalez. They were low, and there's another one inside, and he's going to call that one a strike. She finally found the spot. That was 3 straight right there on that inside corner.
And she was the one that hit it dead center that we couldn't see, right?
Yeah, everybody got right in our way.
It's a 2-1 pitch up high and way outside, so 3-1 the count on Gonzalez, who started to lead off Goddard here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. I'm still struggling with that, trying to think about myself saying the bottom of the 3rd, not top of the 3rd. That was a beautiful pitch.
Wow.
Man, I don't know how that missed. No offense to you Goddard fans watching the game, no disrespect, but that was right down the heart of the plate. So she'll draw a walk. Will Gonzalez happily headed on down to first base, and that'll bring up the 3-spot hitter. It's number 14, Hernandez, the shortstop. She's 0 for 1 as she struck out her first at-bat in the first inning. Here comes a pitch from Henry. It's right there for strike one.
Yeah, good pitch.
I think you might be with me on this one, buddy, and you're hesitating to make sure he calls it a
Man,
strike.
I know. I have to wait. This is Hernandez. She has had some fantastic defense today for her team. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, and Lucio said, hey, I'm watching you.
She thought about throwing it down to first base, but literally she's got like a half a step of a lead over at first. It does Gonzalez. She is not getting off the bag at all. Look at that. And that was another ball.
Ball two, yeah.
Whew. Well, you can see why these pitchers are maybe a little frustrated within themselves on the strike zone here, because I'm looking at it again.
There it is.
But that was the same pitch.
Yeah.
Same spot in the last pitch.
That's 2-2 the count. Runner on first, no outs. We are in the bottom of the third inning as the Lady Tigers lead 11-2 over the Goddard Rockets. Here comes the pitch from Henry, and that's going to be outside for ball 3. So full count now to Marisol Hernandez.
Well, when you're up 2-2, I just sometimes I think pitching coaches just outthink themselves when they're calling pitches instead of just going right at them. There it is.
There's that inside pitch, and she gets a hold of it. It'll make its way out to left field for a nice base hit by Hernandez. So that'll put runners on first and second with no outs, and that will bring up Roxy Serrano.
And Serrano 1 for 1 in this game. Now she's got an opportunity because she's got Gonzalez in scoring position at second. She's got Hernandez over at first. She could come up with something in the outfield. Should score the runner from second. And here comes a pitch. Faking the throw down to first. That's in there for strike one against Serrano. So 0-1 the count. As Lucio still faking the throw down to first base. Yet again, the runners at first are not getting very far off the bag. Here comes a pitch from Henry. Fastball swung and fouled off. Takes the count to 0-2. And right now, Henry with a ground ball at some point can really help herself out if she could get a double play by the infield. And they're certainly capable of it, but if it goes to the shortstop, she needs to throw it over to first because Yellow is shading way over here by first base. So let's see what they do.
There's that changeup.
That might have just slipped out of her hand. That went way too high.
Well, she was trying to throw that off speed, and it came way out of her hand. We got another one coming in. Steven Serrano says, let's go, Roxy, as she is up at the plate right now. Comes the pitch from Henry, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3, out number 1, as Henry finds the out pitch, and that'll bring up number 9, Juliet Gallegos, to the plate. Juju, she did have a lot of people tune in for her. That's a fact. She is a popular young lady in Roswell. She steps up to the plate. She's 0 for 1, flew out to, or no, actually, she didn't even get in at bat. Yeah,
was it her or was it the previous pitcher?
No, I can't remember. So I apologize.
Anyway. Actually, you know what? It was her because the pitcher didn't even get out of the first inning.
Right.
The starting pitcher. It's an 0-1 count to Gonzalez. Another fastball swung and missed. 0-2 the count now.
Those are just two nice pitches. I mean, those you absolutely want to swing at those pitches right there. But Henry gets them by Gallegos. 0-2 count. One out. Runners on first and second for the Rockets. Here comes the pitch from Henry. Tries that off-speed pitch.
You know, I did not realize that Goddard used Columbia blue in their color. I never seen the Columbia blue colors from them. It was always just navy and white or navy and silver. It's kind of wild. I like it. Here comes a pitch, 1-2. In on the hand. Oh!
Thought that was going to be it.
That was piped right down the heart of the plate.
That was close. That was close.
2-2. Steven's going to say it's close. That was a freaking strike, period, end of story.
I know.
2-2 is the count.
There it is. There's strike 3. What I was saying is that was close to getting a called strike, but that's the next one did it. So that's going to be strike 3 out, number 2. And we got number 16, Kyra Casals, the first baseman. She is 0 for 1 in this game. Steps into the box with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Henry. Yep, that one was right there for strike 1.
One thing's a fact, this umpire loves the outside corner, for sure.
Yes, he does. The inside corner's a hit and miss.
That is a fact. For both teams, really.
Oh, that was a good pitch. And she swings and misses for strike 2. And Henry, I mean, she gets up in these counts quick, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. You know, for Gallegos and Henry, they've thrown a number of pitches on the inside half of the plate that have been awfully close.
There it is. Strike 3 out, number 3. So there was no runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and no Aztec errors. So after 3 complete innings, the Aztec Lady Tigers leading 11-2, and the Rockets just trying to find a way to slow this Aztec Lady Tigers team down, but they are just tearing it up at the plate today. That we'll have 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Lady Tigers. That's Madeline Kaiser, Christina Whitehorse, and Kiana Justice here to start the top of the 4th inning. And,
yeah, Kaiser 0 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk, scored a run, though. Oh, gosh. Apologize. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm like, I'm overthinking it. I don't know what's going on with us today, Steven. We're all over the place here. Jiminy.
Oh, look who it is. It's Coach Connolly back here and his beautiful wife over here coming in to say hi. Coach Connolly, the football coach for the Aztec Tigers, coming in to say hi. He's got all of his orange gear on.
We got a text message coming in from the 2189. Let's go Rockets. They didn't leave their name, but certainly love you tuning in and sending us a text message. We got all sorts of games going on today.
Yes,
in softball, we got Kirtland Central still alive. We had Navajo Prep that was still alive. The Lady Pedro Vista Panthers lost their first game. They are out of the tournament. And then, of course, in baseball, you got PV and Farmington playing today. You got Kirtland and Bloomfield playing today. So, and Navajo Prep also made the tournament. I haven't heard how they did, but a lot of games going on. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman. Soft ground ball, fielded cleanly and nicely. That's a 4-3 ground ball, out number 1.
Well, she had to charge that ball, and she made it look effortless, but you got to get that thing up and over to first base quickly because it wasn't coming fast. She had to come up and get that ball, and she does to get out number 1. So that'll be 4-3 out number 1, and we have number 44, Christina Whitehorse, coming up to the plate for the Tigers. Here comes the pitch from Gallegos, and it is hit high out into the gap. Will someone get to it? And it gets over the fence. So that is a home run by Christina Whitehorse. It didn't look like it was going to get out of here, but it does, and that will put another run up on the board, and that will make it a 10-run difference, which is a dangerous place to be if you're Goddard. At this point in the game, we are in the top of the 4th inning. Christina Whitehorse with a home run to make the score 12-2. Man, I thought that the outfielders had a beat on it. I thought it was going to fall in the gap, and that thing found its way out of the park. So nice hit by Christina Whitehorse. Now that brings up 21. Kiana Justice, 2 for 2 on the day. She has didn't she have an RBI in the third second as well, or am I wrong?
She's got 3 total.
3 RBIs. Oh, that's right. That was a 2 RBI in the second. Yeah, Kiana Justice, senior on this team, and she is absolutely playing like it. Your senior year, this is what you want to do. You want to come out and show out for your team. So we got a 2-0 count to Kiana Justice. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. There's the pitch, and she will foul that one off for strike 1.
2-1 count for Justice.
All right, let's see what happens here. what's going on with that.
Yeah, our internet connection giving us a tough time out there, folks. We apologize. We don't have internet here. There's a ground ball hit to the third baseman. 5-3, ground ball out number 2. But we don't have internet connections here at the high school at the softball field, so we have to use our Starlink. And
yeah, I think we just had a – it'll do that sometimes, but I think we're going to be okay. And what did we have there? Sorry, I stood up to check something.
5-3.
Okay. Yep. So 2 outs, no runners on. Top of the 4th inning, we have number 9, Alexan Candelaria, back up at the plate for the Tigers. 1 for 2 with a run scored here in this game. She will look at strike 1. Gallegos brings the pitch. It's going to be hit to the second baseman. She makes a nice play. And the Goddard, man, that was really close. That's going to be 4-3, out number 3. So 1 run on 1 hit, no runners left on base, and no Goddard errors. Aztec now leads 12-2 here in this game. And folks, if you're out there, send us a text, 505-701-2222, or give us a comment on YouTube. I'm still watching that. The Rockets fans have been all over it today. Haven't heard from any Aztec fans yet. Well, I guess we have. We heard from Ben, right? Ben texted in and let us know, and also Levi and JJ. So, yeah, let's see if there's a few more Aztec fans out there as well. But, man, keep those comments coming in. We like to give the shouts out to the players, and when they go back and watch the game, they can hear it. And hope you guys out there are enjoying all these different camera angles. We try to make the experience as enjoyable as possible for you. And we're just going to continue to plug away over here. Any updates from any games, Albert, or have you heard anything?
Zero.
Okay. I know
Zero
we know that
updates.
Bloomfield is going to have to go into a game 3, correct? And
Yep.
PV and Bloomfield are going to have to, for baseball, are going to have to go into game 3s.
Well, Bloomfield should be playing right now. PV is up 3-1 in their baseball game, and it's a 12-2 lead here for the Lady Tigers. It's going to be coming up to bat. It's Meech Crawford. Meech Crawford. She is 0 for 1 in this game thus far, and she's going to step up to the plate, hitting in the 7 spot. It's going to be 7, 8, and 9. Crawford, Herrera, Morales, all coming up to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. Henry dialed in. Here she comes with the pitch from the circle. Fastball up in the upper half of the zone for ball 1. So Henry cruising. Other than the home run she gave up, she's given up 4 hits in this game. 5 hits, pardon me. 1 was a home run, and that's the 2 runs on the board for Goddard. And that is a on Meech. Now, when you're down 12-0, if you're Goddard, now you get real selective. Yep. Here's where you don't go up there swinging at anything. You need base runners, and you got to get on any way that you possibly can. So you want to draw every pitch count to the deepest that you can in the pitch count. So if you could work at 3-2, work at 3-2. Get your pitch. You better be hacking. That's the message. I guarantee you that coach for Goddard is telling her girls, and that swung on and miss for strike 2, 2-2 the count.
Yep, 2-2 the count now to Crawford. Henry with the windup. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and she gets the end of the bat on it. And that was kind of a heads-up play as she keeps that thing fair and just makes the tag to get the out. Doesn't let it roll foul because she had the opportunity. And that'll be the unassisted out number 1, and that'll bring up number 8, Amaya Herrera, for the Goddard Rockets.
Yep, she's 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop in the 2nd inning. See if she can get on base somehow, some way for Goddard, because as we mentioned, it's only the bottom of the 4th, but they are running out of outs.
Yes, they are.
They got to get moving. If you're a Goddard Rocket fan here, 0-1 the count. Of it, kind of just threw her bat out of. Here comes the pitch down low in the dirt, off speed pitch, dives down. 1-1 the count now to the 8 spot hitter in Herrera, facing the tough Henry in the circle for the Lady Tigers. Fastball swung on and missed.
Pitch, man, that thing is nice. And you're right. Like when you get to that 10 spot in the game like this, you start feeling that sense of urgency with this deep into the game. I mean, you're in the 4th inning. You only have basically, 5 outs from here? Unless you can put some runs up on the board, they've got to get a run or 2 up on the board. That's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-2 the count now. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Amaya Herrera at the plate for the Rockets. Henry brings the pitch right up the middle. That's going to be hit out. Oh, and Justice with a great catch. Diving catch. And she is pumped up, and she deserves to be like she got both hands on that ball. She dove with her body to make that catch. Holy cow. That is going to be F9 for out number 2. And if she misses that ball, that might get Herrera all the way to 3rd. So that was a great catch by Justice out there in right field. That brings up number 4, Jayla Morales. She is 1 for 1. She had that nice single out into left field. That little slap, what did you call it, slap hit? Or
Yep.
In the 2nd inning. And that is going to be ball 1 to Morales. So here comes the pitch.
She stepped completely out of the box. She got a base hit on that, but she was way out of the box. But hey, umpire didn't see it, so you will gladly take that, and a good piece of hitting by Morales.
Yeah.
That was way outside and really high, and that's why she stepped out of the box to go hit that, because it was so high and outside. But good job.
She has that unconventional stance, but man, she's 2 for
She's
2
a
on
tough
the day.
out.
Yeah. That should be F6, as it will be. So that's F6 for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Aztec errors. As Aztec with the lead, 12-2 going into the top of the 5th, and if they can hold on to this lead or even put up some insurance runs, this could be the last inning.
Oh, here we go. We got some good ones coming in now.
Oh, I got some over here too. I got one over here.
Watching from South Texas, go Lady Tigers. It's Stephanie LaFavors French tuning in. That's right. And then we've got another text coming in from the 0331. Keep up the great work, Lady Tigers. Thank you for broadcasting Stevert Albert all the way to the state championship, Sherry. So I believe that's Sherry Sipe.
Oh, awesome.
Checking in.
Well, we got a great audience out there today. I got one here from Kaylin Wing. It says, "Let's go Cheyenne Yellow and the Lady Tigers from the 10U FC Rage team." So, yeah, we got some Aztec fans chiming in. We appreciate hearing from all of the fans out there. And boy,
well, listen, there's no way Miss French is talking about me, because she says I can see your white legs all the way through the camera lens. She has to be talking about you, pal.
She's talking about the pasty gangster, right, Leo? Oh, she's talking about Josh out there. That's who she's talking
my
about.
legs are nicely tan, so it's one of the two, either one. But we got another text coming in. Go Aztec Lady Tigers from our main man, Ruben.
All right.
Haven't heard from Ruben in a while. I'd like to say hello to my lovely wife, Kristen Velarde, tuning in from Amazon. There's a high pitch for ball 1, and it is. Gosh, this young lady has really played well in this series. It's Cheyenne Yellow. She is 0 for 2, but you wouldn't tell in this game. Last game, she really lit it up. She also scored a run as well, so she's going to work the count to 2-0 here early. Here in the top of the 5th. Gosh, you see, I keep getting stumbled up with Aztec being the visitor team. What is wrong with me? I mean, this is my life is sports.
Oh, nice hit. Gets it past the shortstop. That will be a base hit for Cheyenne Yellow. And you could feel it coming as she was due to get that hit, and she does. So that's going to put a runner on first, and that brings up Reagan Bradshaw, who is 1 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored. 1 for 2. She drew a walk in the 3rd, but she has 3 RBIs on the day with that home run.
Yeah, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and you see why she is a top-level player for the Lady Tigers. Off-speed pitch down low and outside for ball 1. There's a backdoor throw down to first base. Goes past the first baseman, but not too far, not far enough at least to send Yellow. But I tell you, Yellow can fly on the base pass, so if Bradshaw can find something in the gap, don't be shocked if Yellow scores from first base. But Gallegos right now, you know, she when she came into the game, she gave up 4 runs in the second inning that were all charged to her. In the first inning, she only gave up 1, but it was an unearned run, and it did not go against her as she came in relief. And now 2-0 is the count to Bradshaw. If you're Bradshaw, you are digging in right here because Gallegos has got to find the strike zone. She does not want to walk Bradshaw to face Henry here. And there's a beautiful pitch painted on the outer half of the corner of the plate for a strike. 2-1 the count.
Yep, 2-1 the count. It's Reagan Bradshaw with a runner on first, no outs here to start the top of the 5th inning. Cheyenne Yellow standing down there on first base. Here comes the pitch from Gallegos. Oh, nice hit right up the center of the field. Cheyenne's going to make her way all the way over to third base. And, Bradshaw will make it over to second. That's a base hit, right?
That's a double.
Double, okay. She's going to give her the double. I didn't know if she...
Well, did she miss it out in center field?
She kind of bobbled it.
But did it pass her, or did it just stay in front of her?
Kind of stayed right there in front of her.
Then we're going to give her a double. And now it's Henry.
Man, so Henry with a huge opportunity, no outs. Runners on second and third, and she already has 1 home run on the day.
That's right.
Well, gosh, she's 2 for 3. She had a home run and a double with 2 runs scored and an RBI. That one's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Henry, she knows the pitch sequence that's coming up. As Steven mentioned, 2 for 3 in this game. 2 runs scored with a home run. And right now, I mean, she is dialed in looking for Gallegos to make a mistake, but they keep it away from her. 2 pitches back-to-back on the outer half of the plate. 1 went in there for a strike, 1's a ball. It's a 1-1 count with no outs, and you've got Bradshaw standing at second. Yellow over at third. You can see Gallegos looking at her coach in the dugout. Has the pitch. Here she comes. Wind up. It's a high fly ball. Should be F4. Nope, it's going to go down.
Yep, that's going to
She got turned around, and the runner will score from third, and Reagan will score from second, and it's a 14-2 lead now. And I got to tell you, if you are Roswell's coach, if you're Goddard's coach, man, that was not hit too far away from the second baseman. No way does that run score from second base.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. They just, Reagan did a great job of paying attention to French over there on third because he sent her, because he could see that they weren't, it was kind of, they just weren't getting it together to get the ball in, and he sends her, and they come up with another run, and that gives 2 RBI single to Kimura Henry.
Well, check this out for Henry. She is 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, and she could even possibly get another run scored. You talk about a fantastic game. That's a ground ball hit out to center field for a base hit. Get back on the base now. There you go.
Douglas out
Come
there.
on, Bradshaw. And Henry, or
Douglas.
actually it's Douglas,
yeah.
You're right. So another base hit for Phillips. So that is back-to-back base hits for the Lady Tigers.
Well, that's going to bring up number 2, Cami Lucio. There is no outs with runners on first and second, and Lucio, another great hitter. I mean, just all these, it doesn't ever get easier for Gallegos. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be high for ball 1. As Gallegos has done a good job for her team out there today. Pitched the whole first game, got the win, and had to come in right away in the first inning after 4 runs. And she's still out there in the circle. Nice hit, great snag by the shortstop, and she will get the double play. That is F664. Man, that was a great play by Hernandez, as she will get the double play, and that will bring up number 00 Madeline Kaiser. I just can't say enough about Hernandez today. She is playing some fantastic defense for that Goddard team. There's a hit to the second baseman, and is she going to get it up? Yep, she gets it up in time. That'll be 4-6 out number 3, but not before there was 2 runs on 4 hits. no runners left on base, and no Goddard errors. Your score is now 14-2, so Goddard has to come up with at least 3 runs in order to keep this game alive. Is that correct,
That
Albert?
is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
So we will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Goddard Rockets. That's Kiana Gonzalez, Marisol Hernandez, and Roxy Serrano. But man, Aztec just playing lights out yesterday and today, as the Rockets came into this game after the win against the Miyamura Patriots. What was it, 6-1? Was that the finals, or 6-0? I can't remember. 9-0 final score against the Patriots. And Aztec right away in the first inning gets 4 runs. They bring in Gallegos. Aztec gets out of the first inning with 6 runs, and man, they just have not looked back, as they have put a run up on the board every inning. At least 1 run or more, right? Do you have that in your books? Am I correct on that? I think so, yep. Yeah, so
Sure
a run
have.
every inning. So Aztec, if they can get their 3 outs here without 3 runs being scored, this will be game. That will be the game. And both these teams, once again, will be heading to Albuquerque. It's either you advance into the winner's bracket or you advance into the consolation bracket. So we have number 7, Kiana Gonzalez, the center fielder, stepping up to the plate for the Rockets. Kimora Henry still out in the circle for the Tigers. Gets her pitch, here it comes. That one's fouled off for strike 1. Still makes me flinch when it comes straight back this way. I know some people out there might be, well, no, they're not seeing the top camera, they're seeing the center field camera. That one's high for ball 1. So 1-1 the count now to Kiana Gonzalez. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Aztec leading 14-2. Comes the pitch from Henry. It's kind of gotten quiet out here, hasn't it? It's ball 2. 2-1 count. So Henry gets her pitch. Here comes the windup. There's that high ball 3. So 3-1 the count now to Kiana Gonzalez. Like you said, Albert, they got to find a way to get on base. I'm sure she won't be swinging at this pitch. And she did not. So 3-2, full count now to Kiana Gonzalez. Now you have to be paying attention.
Yep. Anything close, you got to be hacking right here.
That's going to be high for ball 4. So she will do her job, get down on first base, and that'll bring up number 14, Marisol Hernandez, the shortstop, who has done a fantastic job for her team today.
Yeah, she's just a high-level ball player. This young lady can just do it all. I mean, any team would love to take this young lady in a heartbeat on their team. Here's a pitch, swung on and fouled off. 0-1 the count early on. Hernandez, who's 1 for 2 in this game, has a base hit, struck out in the first inning. She's got Gonzalez over at first base, who drew the walk, and that's the start right here. They got to get 3 runs here to keep this game moving, as Steven mentioned earlier, and they may have just brought it within 2. I don't know. Nope. Oh, she
gets over
missed
Kaiser's
it.
head, and that will, she had to hand the ball off. I don't know if she heard. And we had to wait for the action to end there because it got a little scary there. It's, who is that over? That was Gonzalez. She got off of third base, and then she thought about going home and then had to get back to the base. There was nobody there covering, so she got back safely. But that is going to be a double for Marisol Hernandez. So not only getting it done defensively, but knocks one all the way out to the warning track for a stand-up double.
Yep, she just lost her footing out there in left field, and that's the umpire going out there to take a look. Should have been an easy F7, no doubt about it, but for whatever reason, the left fielder could not track it down in Kaiser, And, let's see what Henry can do here with no outs and 2 runners on.
Mama Parks messaged
Oh,
in
she
on.
finally came in.
Came
we didn't
in
hear
on
her at all
YouTube.
yesterday.
Says, hey there, it's a great day for us. Well, she said baseball, softball. Shout out to those magnificent Tigers and my favorite broadcasters, Albert and Steven. Love you guys. That's Mama Parks, my mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks for
love for
always
Mama
messages
Parks.
in to say hi to us.
Serrano now at the plate for Goddard. That's a swing and a foul ball out of the field of play. Takes the count to 0-1 with no outs. Again, honestly, we should have 1 on the board, but something went haywire out in left field, so got over the head of Kaiser, and now Goddard is in business. They desperately need to find a way to bring those 2 runs in. As Hernandez is at second, there's a ground ball to Yellow. Looking to home. Oh, the throw's in the dirt, but look at Lucio with a beautiful pick out of the dirt. Holds on to it. There's contact made at the plate. Still puts the tag on her, and that is out number 1. Yellow threw a rocket of a throw to her catcher, but it was in the dirt. Tough play, but that shows you how tough Lucio is behind the plate.
Well, and I don't know if you saw that. When she got that ball, she just grabbed it, tucked it in her glove, and just held on because she knew she was going to make contact, so she didn't drop the ball. So that is the 4-2 out number 1, and that is
That's
a high
trouble.
fly ball. Oh, and it hits the top of the fence. That will score a run. That'll be a stand-up double for Roxy Serrano. So that does put a run up on the board. That's what Goddard needs. And now they need at least 2 more of those. Is that right? So 14-3 is now your score.
Well, it's wild to see what happens. We talk about this all the time. Once an error has, and it was not an error into left field, but it should have been caught without a doubt. And now you allow Goddard to come back in, and they get a run on the board. Now they're back in business. They got first and second, runner at first and second now, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled off by Casals, who has an 0-1 count with 1 out and a runner at first. That's Gallegos. Runner at second, that's Serrano.
What did you have for Marisol Hernandez on her?
Marisol, she is F7.
Okay.
Well, actually, I put F7. That was,
that was
a base hit
was a
out
base
into
hit.
7.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
we
Sorry.
go. All right. Now I'm caught up on my books. That was going to be outside for ball 1. So 1-1 the count to Kyra Casals. She has runners on first and second. That one's swung on and missed for strike 2. So 14-3. So they need Gallegos to get home in order to keep this game alive. We have 1 out. Here comes the pitch, swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3, out number 2. So Aztec needing 1 more out. We have number 30, Meech Crawford, coming up the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day, but she needs to try to get at least a base hit here, maybe score a run and keep this thing alive. Here comes the pitch from Henry. That one's in there for strike 1. Well, folks, once again, thank you guys for tuning in and checking it out today on the stream, as we have had a fantastic turnout, not only here at the field, but on our stream as well. So we appreciate you guys. It's been a great day for softball. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2 to Crawford, as Henry needs 1 more strike or 1 more out to get out of this game. Here it comes. And that one's hit out into right field. Kiana Justice with the F9, out number 3. And folks, that is going to do it, as the Aztec Lady Tigers come away with the win. So they will be heading down to Albuquerque to play in the winner's side of the bracket. Goddard will be heading down to play on the consolation side of the bracket. I don't know. Do we know who they're playing yet? Has Brody looked that stuff up for us, or no?
I don't think they seeded anybody just yet. So,
well, they should be moving into the bracket, right?
We'll have to play like the winner of that side of the bracket.
Okay. Well, folks, that you guys will be able to find that, I believe, on the NMAA website or Max Preps even. But, folks, thank you once again for tuning in. We appreciate you watching and listening in, and it has been a fun time for us, but I think we're going to wrap it up and get out of here.
Yep, we want to wish the best to Goddard and next week in the playoffs, as well as the Aztec Lady Tigers. We want to wish their players, the coaches, their fans that all made the trip up here to Aztec a safe travel home. God bless. Thanks for tuning in and rocking out with Desert Sports Live, and we're out.